Alright, so 2022's Nope is written and directed by Jordan Peele, the man who brought us Get Out and Us. And I have to say, Get Out is one of my favorite movies of all time, probably in my top 10. Us, I did not like as much, but I mean, I still liked a lot about it. And I really do love Jordan Peele as a writer and a director, and as an actor and a comedian. I think he's really great. I'm sure a lot of people know him from Key and Peele, but he's definitely done a lot of different things since that show. But yeah, did something very different from his first two films in this movie, bringing in the alien aspect. And that's really not much of a spoiler because, you know, the trailers pretty much outright said it. They're just like, it's aliens. So yeah, this is an alien movie, but not everything is what it seems. Jordan Peele as a director reminds me of a more successful M. Night Shyamalan. Maybe not successful in terms of notoriety and money, but in terms of just like having movies I like better. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of M. Night Shyamalan. He does all the twists and stuff like that, and Jordan Peele does some of the same stuff, but I think he does it a lot better than M. Night Shyamalan. Like I said, I just really don't like M. Night Shyamalan as a director a whole lot, but yeah, Jordan Peele, I think he's an amazing director. Only 3 films out so far, and he's already one of my favorites for sure. And like I said, I was really excited going into this movie, and I can't lie, I had a bad theater going experience. Pretty much, maybe not even halfway through the movie, I started to get a really bad headache, which by the end of the movie turned into a really bad migraine. I got home, kind of threw up a little bit, and yeah, I think I was just dehydrated and stuff, but also recovering from COVID, so yeah, that was fun. I literally tested positive. Well, technically it's not Thursday anymore, but I didn't mean to say positive. I tested negative on Thursday, the day I was planning on going to see it. So perfect, just in time. I was able to go see it, but no, I get a really bad headache during the movie. That being said, I won't let that influence anything what I think about the movie. So yeah, I will definitely have to be watching this movie one more time in the theater just to have a better theater going experience. But yeah, as for the movie as it is, headache or not, I think it was a pretty solid film. It's hard not to compare it to his other 2 films because he's only done 2 films so far. But I do like Get Out more. Get Out's still my favorite out of all 3, not considering the rest of the films. I had fun with it, and there were great elements of horror and also some deeper meanings, but some things I did not like. I even wrote it down here. Some character motivations didn't quite make sense. I'm not going to say which characters. This is a non-spoiler review. I was planning on doing a spoiler review too, but I'm just going to go with a non-spoiler review. And if people comment down below and say they want a spoiler review, I'll do it. But yeah, some of the character motivations didn't make sense. Some of the things that they did, I was just like, why'd you do that though? I mean, you're doing good before, and then you did that, and yeah. So if you've seen the movie, maybe you know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about, but that's not the only instance there. Like there's 2 different characters where I'm just kind of like, what are your motivations here? Like, what is the end goal? Because yeah, it's not really making sense to me right now, but that is just one of my complaints. And then another one is there's a couple scenes in this movie, one long scene that I feel like doesn't really have any effect on the movie whatsoever other than to fill runtime. And while it was an interesting concept, it almost felt like it could have been a whole other movie. I won't get into too specifics, but it does have to do with Steven Yeun's character, which I haven't even mentioned the cast yet, but Steven Yeun's character has to do with him as a kid, and so it's kind of a flashback. But at the same time, he's not really a main character. He's more of the side character. The main characters here, we have Daniel Kaluuya as O.J. Hayward, not that O.J. Keke Palmer as Emerald Haywood, but they call her M. And then Brandon Pereira, probably saying that wrong, as Angel Torres. That's pretty much the main cast for you there, but you also have Michael Wincott as Antlers Holst, and then Steven Yeun as Ricky Jupe Park. And that's pretty much the main cast there, but, you know, you also have Keith David as Otis Haywood Sr., which is the father in the movie, which, not a spoiler to say, the father dies because they literally show that in the trailer, and so that's kind of what, you know, sets things in motion, kind of. So, you know, you have OJ and Emerald, who are brother and sister. Their dad ends up dying in a weird freak accident, and then weird shit's going on, and UFOs and shit. Because we saw that in the trailers. I can say all that stuff. What they don't show you is the twists and turns and just some of the most fucked up shit that I've ever seen. Maybe not ever seen, but some pretty fucked up shit for sure. But yeah, the thing that really, I don't know, the thing that I really keep thinking about with this movie is just that one scene that really didn't feel like it belonged. The scene where you see, you know, Ricky Park as a kid. I don't really want to get into specifics as to what the scene revolves around or what happens, but in the grand scheme of things, it really just didn't feel necessary, and it's almost like you had character development for his character, and then not enough character development for the two main characters. That was my last criticism, is that there's just not enough character development, not enough backstory on the two main characters to really make you feel for them. It's basically just like, hey, let's see these people, and hopefully you root for them because, you know, they're the protagonists. But yeah, I mean, just a little more character development with them. I mean, he tried. I think he did his best. Maybe not his best, but I don't know. Just a little more character development from the two main characters would have been nice, as opposed to getting more character development with the side character that is, yes, integral to the story, but at the same time, you know, not the main character. So those are really my only criticisms there. I know that kind of seems like a lot, but I do have, like, the compliments I have, they don't seem too big, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it means a lot, like, going forward, to have a good movie. And my biggest compliments, it definitely kept me invested. I was never bored. Which in some of the reviews I've heard, like Tyrone Magnus, I believe, I'm pretty sure it was him, he said he was bored watching the movie. And I can't agree with that there. I've heard a lot of different opinions on this movie so far. It might end up being quite divisive, but I mean, it kept me invested. It kept me hooked in wanting to see what happens next. Even though, you know, they didn't give the characters a whole lot of development, so you don't really feel for them a whole lot. You just kind of like them because they're the actors, you know. I like these actors, so I think that kind of helps in a way, but that's not enough to really drive that forward. But also it brought the heat, brought a lot of action and horror. There's one specific scene that I will obviously not spoil, but let's just say some shit gets sucked up by the UFO, and it is brutal. It's dark, and ooh, I love it. But yeah, great performances. Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, this is my own notes here, so I'm agreeing with myself. But yeah, great performances, even though, like I keep saying, the character development, I still think these actors brought a really good performance. Daniel Kaluuya, I mean, a lot of people think he's just stoic and kind of monotone and doesn't have a whole lot of charisma. But honestly, I love Daniel Kaluuya as an actor. That's just kind of who he is. Like, that's kind of his demeanor in a lot of his movies. And, well, it's kind of a typecast in a way, but I still love him as an actor, and I think he did a really good job in this film. I mean, a little more emotion would have been nice, but at the same time, he kind of seemed like that guy that was just like, some fucked up shit's happening, and it keeps happening, and I might die, but you know what? Whatever, man. And there's a scene in here where he's like looking at the UFO from his car, and he's just like, he looks up at it, he's like, nope. I mean, obviously they had to say it in the movie. They say it more than once, but I was just like, yeah, that was a great scene from him, just being like, yeah, no, fuck that. Honestly, that would be me in the situation. But yeah, great performances, and then visually pleasing. I think the cinematography and the effects, all the effects in this movie were done very well. Um, you know, the effects on the UFO, of course, I think looked, oh my God, so crisp, so clean when it was flying around in the sky, especially the nighttime shots. I watched Chris Tuckman's review on this, and he said the nighttime shots were especially well. And I didn't really think about it watching the movie. I was just like, you know, because his point is, in a lot of movies, like the nighttime shots, it's hard to see what's going on, especially in the sky. And so, like, it was just done so well being able to actually see the flying saucer fly around at night. Because with a movie like Batman, like, it's so dark to the point where you can't even see Batman at some points. But like, man, I just love the attention to detail and making everything look so crisp and so clean. Um, yeah, the cinematography, like I said, was really great. Jordan Peele keeps talking about how, you know, he filmed this on an IMAX camera, and it definitely shows. I saw it in IMAX, and might have been part of the reason why I got a headache while watching it, but oh well. I was definitely getting motion sickness in some points because, like, the camera kept panning around, and I was just like, oh my God, I had to look away for a minute because it was just like, oof. But I guess next time I go see this movie, I should take a Dramamine before. But yeah, the horror in this movie I think was done pretty well. It's definitely more sci-fi than horror, I feel like, and I don't know, when it comes to me, it's really hard to like really scare me with stuff. So with this, it's just more like I was more on edge and maybe not intimidated, but what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, just kind of freaked out by it, I guess. I mean, it wasn't necessarily scary to me, but I was just like, the idea of this is terrifying for sure. And just seeing that little freaking UFO go over like the mountains and stuff like it's nothing, and just like, oh my God, that thing's so freaky. And it's freaky for more ways than I can say right now, but yeah, I really do like this movie. I'm definitely going to be watching it again. I don't know if I'll be seeing it in IMAX again. Probably. Might as well, you know. But, yeah, overall, I think I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. No, 7.5 out of 10. That's where I'm at right now. And if that changes, I will let you guys know next time I watch it, which might be until next week. What comes out next week? I think Super Pets comes out next week, and then one other movie, but I can't remember what. Vengeance, I think. I'm excited for that one. But, yeah, nope. With most movies nowadays, I went in with moderate expectations because a lot of things lately have really disappointed me with, you know, Multiverse of Madness is one of them. Thor: Love and Thunder, I wouldn't say really disappointed me, but, it wasn't up to the level that Marvel usually is at in my mind. But with any movie like this, if I'm looking forward to it, I still have to go in with meeting my expectations so I don't, you know, have them shattered. And I think it's a good thing that I did that because, well, I didn't have many theories for the movie like I did with Multiverse of Madness, where I was just like, oh my God, Deadpool might show up. But, you know, I had some theories, and maybe I just wasn't as... I'm starting to get tired, if you can't tell. It's like 3 a.m. right now, and I'm trying to get this video out, so bear with me, people. But, yeah, you know what? I'm rambling anyways. Let's just cut that off there. That's fine. But yeah, really great movie. Definitely recommend it. It's not for everybody, but, yeah, like I said, it's divisive, I think. I've heard a lot of different opinions on it, but most of the reviews I've heard are good, so... yeah, I mean, still not as good as Get Out. It's hard not to compare Jordan Peele's movies to Get Out, like anything he does to Get Out, because he set the bar really high with that one, and I wouldn't say this is a complete flop whatsoever, because I still gave it a 7.5 out of 10, and I do want to watch it again, so, yeah, I'm trying to think of what the next review would be. It's probably going to be until next week. I got to get back to work now and actually make money. So it'll probably be more like Thursday, Friday when I come out with my next reviews, which should be for Super Pets and Vengeance. which I am very excited for Vengeance for sure. If you haven't seen the trailer for that, definitely go check it out. It's with BJ Novak from The Office. Definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that's all I got for this this video. It'll be a minute until I see you next, but leave a like on the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment down below. Have you seen Nope? What did you think about it? Please don't spoil anything down in the comments because this is a non-spoiler review. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.